Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Let me actually make sure the audio levels are good. Yeah, we're good. So, welcome everyone to Three DMs and a Tale. This is an improv show that has some D&D inspirations from it. My name is Aaron Solo Solomon, or just Aaron Solomon. I can never figure out what my name's going to be. I'll be your host,
And you
and
say I'm confused.
you're always confused as a regular existence, sir and or madam. Um,
I
humanity.
just vibe. I just vibe, bro.
Use vibe, bro. So, what I've done for this show is that I've gathered together four DMs here of notable experience to run us through an improvised story through the great interwebs. I'll go ahead and run this. Above me, top left here, Mr. Bald and Fabulous with the beard. That is Colton. Top center is Manatee. Far top right is Lillian. And directly to my right with the mustachio of legend is Michael. Would you guys like to plug? I'll start with Colton. Would you guys like to plug any of your things before we get started?
Yeah, my name's Colton or the Warbeard DM. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok with that same name.
Oh yeah.
Do you have anything, Manatee, you'd like to plug?
No.
Lillian, Michael?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's where I'm at. Not yet. More specifically.
Name's Michael. I also go by the Black Stag GM. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Awesome. And you do have some local GMing around here in the, well, three of you actually do GMing at the We Geek Tavern in Provo here in Salt Lake, Utah area. So if you guys would actually like for these people to run, I don't know, a one-shot or anything like that, you could find them. I'll go ahead and add a few plugs. What is it? Ralph Rhapsody is probably on its last few episodes. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to end out season 2 here for 3 DMs and a Tale. But I think we're good and excited for this. Now,
Murder. Lots of murder.
There's always murder. There always has to be murder. So,
I mean, we have Lillian here, so murder is always bound to happen.
yes.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Now, seeing as we need an improv element, or at least we need to make sure that there is not too much prep before we get to this show, a regular rule at this show is that we roll a 4-sided die to decide who will be the head DM. One day I will be added to that Russian roulette of who is going to be in charge for the day, but that day is not yet here. So the numbering, as we could see just by the visuals, will be Colton as 1, Manatee as 2, Lillian as 3, and Michael as 4. This die, when it lands on them, they will, if whoever it lands on, will become the head DM for the story for the 2 episodes or more. We'll see if we get to anything longer in some future date. They will then, as the head DM, have to provide the genre and the theme and start opening the story, providing scenery, context, calling in the other players to introduce their characters, and we will proceed into the world from there. And I also usually frequent as a player in these. So, y'all ready for this?
Yes.
Y'all ready for the dice? All
Yeah.
right.
Manatee.
That's going to be a 2.
Ah, shit.
The only solace I can give you, Manatee, is that when I record with these people locally, with Lillian, Colton, Ryan, who's not here, and Michael, we can guarantee one of them will be in trouble, and I will probably make sure it's not Ryan for the next one. So, just we can get a full rotation.
I
I don't know if you would consider it lucky or not, but I have a feeling it'll be Ryan.
Alrighty. So we're gonna go with a genre and theme.
Mm-hmm.
We already touched on the Prohibition. I already did a Western. Did
Kung
a
Fu
lot-
last time.
Did Kung Fu last one. I did a weird Lovecraftian one. Let's go fantasy suburb. And the conflict will be, the theme will be conflict. Or the conflict will be theme. I don't know.
We can't
I'm
decide
gonna
on the
say fantasy
theme.
suburb. What kind of suburb? Are we talking like fantasy suburb, but like modern day kind of fantasy suburb? Like,
Yeah, so essentially in this world, magic exists within this world. There are humans, elves, dwarves, orcs, but they're just part of the regular world. And electricity was also invented within this world, so this suburb is a part of a larger society that embraces both magic and modern technology as we have it now. So it is pretty much modern day.
So we get to watch Legolas interact with a microwave, is what you're telling me. If
Or
so,
Gimli struggle with a lawnmower, whichever.
one will
There's a
eat.
height advantage there.
One will eat the other. Alrighty. Then break us in. Break us in, Manatee.
Alrighty. So, questions to y'all then. How do all of you find yourself within this neighborhood? You could be a resident of this neighborhood. You could be somebody who happens to work in this neighborhood. The possibilities are endless with this.
I'm doing a job.
Alrighty.
I'm also doing a job. I am actually the local. I'm the mailman whose route it just happens to like run through here every other day. So this is how would I put it? We'll do USPS, but it'll be like the United Senates of this peninsula state. So it's accidentally in Florida now, I guess.
Oh, no.
I just did a horrible acronym, but yeah. So I'm a local mailman. I'll put myself as like I could just be a drow, just be a dark elf or something
Drow
like that.
mailman.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah.
Drow mailman. Just to give a visual, this is like your postcard, idealistic kind of suburbs. Like you would see this in. Trying to think what genre of movies had a lot of these green suburbs.
Every horror of the 2000s.
I guess that or Cat in the Hat, if anybody's seen
Oh God.
Oh, that movie's awful. That was a memory I wish died. Thank you for bringing that up. Thanks.
Just imagine that pastel, ugly, sterile environment. Essentially, anybody from Florida would recognize this as the Villages.
Gotcha. Okay. I understand that reference. I now have a point of reference. I will go next. I will be Milo Cobblewood, and I make furniture in my workshop that's on my property at the edge of the suburb.
Nice.
I'm the guy at the very edge of the suburb that like everyone kind of like wants to go check out what's going on because they hear machinery going, but also it's that house that everyone's like, don't go in that house. There may be a serial killer. We're not really sure. He's either the nicest guy or he's a murderer. We haven't figured it out yet.
And what was your name again?
Milo Cobblewood.
Milo Cobblewood. And are you a human?
Halfling.
Halfling? Alrighty.
Yeah. 3 feet. 50 pounds.
Alright, so we got a mailman that's drow. We got a halfling that is a carpenter.
Yep. And furniture maker, whatever you call them.
A woodsmith.
I think they were
Woodsmith. There you go.
there we go. Other two characters. How do y'all find yourselves in this neighborhood?
Yeah, I forgot. I never described my character. I just said I was doing a job.
Yes.
Yeah. I am going to go pretty basic. I'm a human. You would see me wearing a long trench coat just covered in like different locks. They call me the locksmith.
Your name is just the locksmith.
My name is actually John Smith.
Nondescript human.
Yep. But again,
Sometimes
wearing
we don't
a trench
talk,
coat just with like many different locks sewn onto the trench coat.
Do you look like the sign where it's like the stranger in the trench coat and you only see his eyes? It's like a silhouette.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And last character.
I am a ancient lich that is currently the head member of the PTA. I am the Dark Lord, and that is how I will be referred to as. Any other name is completely inappropriate, although some people call me Sir and Dave on occasion.
Dave.
Okay. And what was the name again?
I am the Dark Lord, but you can also call me Dave.
Please tell me you're a mind player.
Of course. What else would I be?
Just thinking Madagascar penguins kind of thing. Just Dave the octopus.
And head of the PTA, what does that mean exactly?
I am the head of the parent groups that watch over our children, that, do all the little fundraisers, all of that stuff. I'm the head of that. Becky was trying to win last year, and I beat her over the head with a shovel, and so I won.
Alrighty.
You don't want to mess with Dave. Dave's called the
Dark. With Dave.
Even on his mail, it doesn't say Dave. It says the Dark Lord. I just got used to taking it to his address here on Mayflower.
So this is a Hey Brain, can you work with me today? This is an HOA neighborhood.
Oh, no.
Housing association neighborhood. Oh yes. So one of the neighbors is working really loudly. There's a lot of solicitors that are within this neighborhood, so the HOA is having a meeting of all the neighbors involved, and I don't know why they invited all the employees that work within this neighborhood to or do business with this neighborhood.
I do have a house in the back of the cul-de-sac, actually next door to Milo, so like I know who's been complaining about this, but it doesn't really bother me. I appreciate having some ambient noise on my side of the neighborhood.
Just to give you an idea, Milo's house is like this tiny little shack at front, and then it's like on 5 acres with a massive warehouse in the back. Full like industrial type warehouse.
So even though your warehouse is 4 acres away from the actual cul-de-sac, your work is still loud enough to penetrate possibly the Dark Lord's house.
Exactly.
Yes, I've written many complaints to the HOA for this, and they've done nothing. So I've decided that we need to figure out a way to deal with that.
And what Dave doesn't know is that I've never actually sent those mails to the HOA. I've just thrown them away while I've been on the job.
You never sent my letters to the HOA. I have been writing those letters for hundreds of years in the hopes that one day they will fix all of the many problems with this neighborhood, including but not limited to children lollygagging in front of convenience stores.
Yep, this neighborhood's only been here for 17 years.
And that's what the Dark Lord wrote. And that's what the Dark Lord wrote me. So that one's going on the trash too.
Right.
Excuse you, sir.
And what the Dark Lord doesn't know is that Milo, because Jacob the Drow mailman doesn't make a ton of money. Milo consistently just comes over and just is like, so I hear you have some financial troubles. So here's a few coins. If you can keep that Dark Lord off my case, I would really appreciate it. Because, quite frankly, he is annoying.
I agree. That's why I have your 5 acres in between me and them.
And I'll pay you 5 gold for every letter you throw into a fiery furnace in hell.
And whenever you have an out-of-state delivery, I just make sure that gets on my truck without any questions.
Exactly.
Free shipping.
Exactly.
So that explains how the warehouse.
Corrupt ones.
So as the HOA is sending these notices out, mailman, do you even bother to deliver them, or do you also throw them in the furnace?
I only throw away Dave's complaints because I was taking Dave seriously for the first 5 years, and then after a point I was like, oh, this is just an ass. This is actually a self-important ass.
That is racist. You're a lich mind flayer, isn't it?
I didn't even know what you look like.
I'm not one of the elves or one of the orcs or anything like that. I'm a mind flayer. Obviously, I must be annoying and evil. I'm not evil. I just am a Dark Lord.
Well, I had a cookout. I invited you. You said no, and then sent a letter the next day complaining about the smell of burgers in your yard.
Well,
Like,
I'm a vegetarian, okay?
Happy.
That's just rude.
You're ruining the 4th of July. You ruined the 4th of July that year because I actually sent that letter, and that's when I turned. I was like, no, Dave doesn't get to send any more to the HOA because they have single-handedly.
You know what you have done, sir, is you've committed a crime. Not delivering the mail properly, that is a crime. And if it's not, I will take it up with somebody who will say that it's a crime. I have a lawyer.
Are we having this discovery and argument like at the HOA like clubhouse in the neighborhood or something? Are we at the locksmith's house right now, just yelling at each other?
I'm assuming either that. Yeah, I could say like probably outside the community center.
Mm-hmm.
There's a house that they use for that, and I'm assuming that this conversation is happening outside the community center. Before the meeting even begins just yet.
As I am just replacing the locks on the community center.
I don't know why he's doing that. I have no idea why we're replacing the locks.
Milo will walk up to John Smith and be like, so, you're replacing those locks again, and I saw you replacing them yesterday and a week before then. Is this all you do? Is just replace the locks on these buildings, or do you replace the locks on other places too?
Well, you see, I have this large circle. I just go around the circle replacing locks, and when I get back to the start of the circle, I start again.
And you're paid for this?
No.
Then what?
People get paid?
Yes, people get paid. Do you not get paid? Why are you doing this if you're not getting... Are you... Never mind.
Dave, you like to be bossy. Did we hire him?
I'm not bossy. I am the Dark Lord. I command respect.
Did we by chance hire this man to do like some locksmith work, but never clarified what the?
Well, I hired him 3 weeks ago, actually.
For what?
Well, you see, I'm building a dungeon. And I needed more locks so that people can't get into my dungeon. You know, young kids, they love being adventurers, and I am a mind flayer, a lich, and they try to go into my basement to try to kill me. It happens with relative frequency. So I hired him to help me out with the locks. By changing the locks regularly, now the children cannot pick the lock and just get in. It's different every time.
Yeah, you do look weird. That makes sense.
Excuse you, sir, that is racist. I will call your superiors and have you fired. I will speak to your manager.
As you guys are coming into the community center, you, all the other neighbors and residents are there, but also at the head of it is this female dwarf in this Easter green teal pantsuit, sharp glasses, and all that. Also has a beard, so kind of disturbing, honestly.
Becky.
Even the narrator's racist.
I live in a
is that racist or sexist? I don't know, whichever pisses them off more.
I understand that.
So, and she's writing down the list. It's like, okay, so we're here to talk about noise complaints, ignored letters, and random locks changing.
Also, an incessant amount of complaints.
Okay.
And very important discussions of things that are troublesome within the community.
Okay, first off, who is changing the locks at every person's house?
I just pointed John.
It's a community. I understand it's a community center. Not that we hired anybody, so that's strange too. And I don't know how we got into there, but also people's houses are getting their locks changed, so they can't even get in their houses.
Yes, apparently Dave has hired a locksmith. He's the guy outside. He's been changing locks around the suburb.
He was only supposed to do my doors. I don't know why he's doing everybody's doors. I think he just got bored.
I turn around to see like John just over like changing locks for like the kitchen in the community center or something like that.
A door that definitely doesn't need a lock is getting a lock.
Just like
it's the bathroom. It's the bathroom door.
Are you putting a lock on the microwave?
Well,
Yes.
How am I going to use the microwave now?
I didn't even know you could put a lock on it.
I
Power
can put a lock on
determination,
anything.
anything can be done.
Is it technically soliciting if you've been hired? But
Well, I'm not actually asking for anything, so it's not soliciting.
So do you
Like
just
a
have a
cylinder, it's a crime.
do you just have a compulsion to just put
And
locks on?
I'm not even entering the home, so it's not breaking and entering. I've stolen nothing, so it's not robbery.
I mean,
Is it vandalism?
there's a lot of sense going on here, but I feel like there's still a crime being committed.
Is it
crime of some
vandalism?
sort.
Well, I don't actually damage anything, so no vandalism.
Oh,
But
that's
they
a good
can't-
point.
But they can't get in their house now.
Minor inconvenience.
They're
Is that a
paying
crime?
for
I believe that's a crime somewhere.
My Aunt Peggy is diabetic. She can't get to her insulin because you locked her cabinet. You psychopath. Do you even have? Do you even have the key?
problem.
Do you even have like the master key for all of these locks?
This key.
Can I roll to like? Can I try to snatch that from him?
Okay, so we need to do something about the serial locker. Smith. Whatever you are.
They call me the locksmith.
Yeah, that one.
What is your name?
John.
Barb. Oh, wait, him? Me.
I know who you are.
Oh, okay.
Things about the locksmith. His name is John.
John
That's what I needed to know.
Smith.
Oh,
Going
God
to
damn it.
your name is going to be a part of a very lengthy, well-written complaint that we'll see never.
Even
Which
though
is a problem that needs to be addressed. My complaints are my queries about the issues within the neighborhood are very important.
I would just like it stated for the record that Dave has actually admitted to complaining. So just so we're all on the same page. Even Dave knows.
yes. Yes, Dave. You've been at the community center 8 times a day. Didn't know you could visit it that much, but lo and behold, we have this.
I have teleportation. What else do you expect from me?
It's also true.
Clearly, my letters are
unfortunately.
not going through, so I'm going directly to the source. And I would like
The
to speak
US
to your
government?
manager as well.
the federal government, because this is an HOA. The mailman
Yes,
is the
I would
HOA.
like to speak to
is not
the federal
employed by
government.
After Jacob snatches my master key, I'm just gonna go and put a lock on the complaint box.
You know,
we need
why didn't I
we
think of
clearly
that?
need to give him. We need to clearly give him something to do. And then there's noise complaints.
I don't know what anyone's talking about. I am quiet as a mouse.
No,
in a
you
church
are
on
not.
Sunday.
No, you are not.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard any other complaining other than Dave.
Because you're right by my house. You're my
Mr.
only neighbor for miles.
It's not my fault that you and I share the 40 acres and I have 5 of those. So,
Mr. Cobblewood, I understand you have a very large property, which is strange considering this is a
was
small
here
neighborhood. Fair
well,
enough.
technically Dave
But,
was here
um,
first.
If you are going to be working with power tools, you are going to need to find a way of some kind of sound absorption, whether that's a wall or something.
I mean, I have
because-
6 feet of concrete between me and the outside inside that warehouse. I
And
don't
it
know
is
why.
fine.
I don't know what Dave is hearing specifically. Definitely not the screams of my enemies.
I don't mean to be racist, but do mind flayers have like super hearing or something, Dave?
No, well, I mean, technically, yes, and also no.
So you have sensitive hearing.
And he is making so much noise. It is ridiculous. I have to be able to write my letters in peace. I need to be able to sleep during the day, I need to be able to do my normal activities. Being a Dark Lord is a very tenuous job.
Wait. You're saying that my doing woodshop is interfering with your ability to write letters?
Yes.
I think production needs to go up to a 10 at this point. Like, we just need to be churning out something every 5 seconds if it's going to be that good of a deal.
Surely you must do something about this maniac in our neighborhood.
And more importantly, a felony being committed within the suburbs by the mailman.
I don't know what you're talking about. The mailman is entirely innocent.
The mailman is anything but innocent, and that's coming from me.
The rest of you, are any of you having issues with getting your mail?
What's mail?
Saying, you don't count. You don't even... Do you live here?
You know that blue thing you put a lock on? That.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, the mailman, he's been delivering faithfully. I don't think you guys need to worry about the mailman.
That is completely untrue because I have sent many letters and none of them have reached their destinations.
I mean, it sounds like you're just, you're getting in those years of your golden years are past. You're getting into the long.
I am an immortal lich. I've been alive for 800 years. My mind is not going. I am in fact a mind flare. Our minds never go, sir.
At the beginning of that rant, seeing as the attention was almost on me, I have left with the master key to go to my Aunt Peggy so that I can help her get access to her medicine cabinet. So I'm not even there anymore.
I'm just saying.
Now the mailman has left.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Dave. I mean, like I said, it sounds like you've been around for a while. You might be forgetting how to, address postage correctly. I'm just putting that out there. No one else is having issues like this.
With how
Since
many
you three...
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good. No, you're good. Since you three are the biggest source of conflict, the biggest headache in this neighborhood so far, if you want to stay within this neighborhood, I'm gonna give y'all the task of fixing the gates outside the community. They have been not functioning for Lord knows how long. And you three are gonna work together to fix it.
I'm sorry. Why do I have to assist?
Because you're the biggest headache in the neighborhood, along with him and...
But what is your legal reason? Because you have to have a legal reason for us to be doing this. And last I checked, I have not committed any crime.
You are causing a disturbance to your other neighbors. Which...
Dave, do you want to know the
I'm
reason?
causing the disturbance? He's the one using the power tools at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's ridiculous. I have to get my sleep.
Dave,
obviously. That's what mind flares are.
I just want to point out exactly what you're just saying right there. That's why they want you to fix the gate. That is the reason, the whole reason.
Do I get to put a lock on it?
Yes.
Yes. You're repairing a gate. So with your combined efforts, you guys should be able to fix the gate and maybe have a sense of camaraderie. I don't know. I'm just trying to get out of hiring somebody.
If you put me with him, I can assure you by the end of the day, we will have a dead body.
I know. I'll probably bury him out in the backyard.
Oh, good. I can get the police involved.
You imbecile!
Right around this point, I return with my aunt with me, just, helping her in tow to, come watch this, meeting because we got her medicine. I go over to John and give him back his master key. He's like, thank you, sir. And then we just take our seats in the back and just watch these two just bicker out about it.
Now, the question I have for Dave is, how tall is Dave?
7 feet.
7 feet? So, yeah. Milo is 3 foot. He's on a stool that's 4 feet just so that he can try and look Dave in the eye.
Try to.
Get on my level.
And I will point out that this is a stool that is not a normal stool. Milo brought it with him. It collapses and rebuilds. So Milo has this stool so that he can climb up a ladder and then look at Dave. And it specifically has written on it, the Dave stool. So this bickering is happening while I'm on a little podium.
Getting on your soapbox.
Is John still putting locks on random things?
Oh yeah, by now I've locked one of the windows.
All right, I would like to try to persuade John. It's like, stop that. Stop. Come sit down. We need to wait for them to conclude their hissy fit, and then we can figure out like what we're doing about
Roll
this
the
We'll
gate.
go over.
d20.
I'm not throwing a hissy fit.
Jacob, just so you know,
Okay.
you've been voluntold to help fix a gate. Do you feel like that's okay?
Give me a roll for persuading John to stop doing lock work.
Yes.
Oh, that's a 3. That's,
Yeah, no, he's still locking.
I can't stop him. I cannot persuade him away from his calling.
I will go and sit down with you and proceed to lock you to the chair.
Do I notice him do this? Do I notice him do this?
Roll perception check.
That's a 5.
No, you don't.
Fuck.
I look up at the ceiling fan. How did you get locks on the ceiling?
Honestly, at this point, I'm just impressed.
Clearly, he's a lock wizard.
You, 3, 4, whoever's causing this, get out, fix the gates. Otherwise, I'll do something.
Now I kind of want to know what that something is.
I don't think you do.
I mean,
don't
Dave-
think you'd be able to defeat me. I'm a Dark Lord, a lich, a literal undead creature. You won't be.
I have a-
and the head of the PTA?
Do you want me to get the paladins involved?
Fine.
There are other ways, Dave.
And I'm just gonna lock Dave's shoes together.
Dave is gonna start walking away and trip.
Isn't
Who
it Mind
has
Flayer?
done this
Doesn't-
blasted curse upon me? You
Wait.
shall fear me! Ah!
Don't Mind Flayers float?
I forgot for a second.
I also, upon
To be fair, you can still trip while floating.
I tripped over the air.
I also, as I,
My feet when I'm floating.
Your old age is catching up to you. Just put
I
that
am not that old. I'm only. How old did I say?
800?
There you go. Yeah, we've all heard it now. Dave's losing his mind.
I am not.
so I say, I find it weird that you're in the PTA but you have no children. That's like the weird part. And then I attempt to get up and
I do
then
have children, actually.
fall over with the chair with me.
I do have children actually. They just don't live with me anymore.
I was going to say, are they children anymore?
They're older. They're grown up.
Left the nest. Understandable.
Wait,
Well then.
are you in your retirement days, Dave? You
We don't
seem to
talk
have.
about that.
We don't have to talk about it. We have to understand. You don't have work anymore, do you? You have all the time in the day, every day for this shit, don't you?
Maybe.
You know what we need to do? President, we'll take care of this gate. Dave, we need to talk. We need to get you some hobbies, bud.
Thank you.
I do have hobbies such as writing letters to.
That's great. And you know what?
Complaining about
Dave,
things.
and we're like, you're just walking like a group of idiots up to the front of the thing. Everyone's.
I'll just hand Dave a lock. Like, this is my hobby.
Milo will collapse his Dave stool and put it on his backpack and wander out.
So,
Why is
And,
it
so
Christmas?
Dave, I got to admit, I've read all of your letters that you've sent to the HOA, and I've thrown them all away. And I got to tell
That
you,
is a crime, sir.
I'm aware, and I don't care.
I am going to speak to your superior, and you will no longer be head of the mail any longer.
And then you're gonna hear me working in Milo's warehouse at night.
I always could use an extra hand or two.
See, me and Milo have a very good business arrangement, so I can afford to live in here and raise my kids in this neighborhood. Okay? I am with you on he can be very loud with his power tools. That doesn't really bother me because I can sleep like a rock through anything. I don't know if you have that kind of benefit with your life, but does kind of seem, we start tinkering on the front gate or whatnot, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with it. Doesn't seem to me like writing letters to aggravate the shortest, grumpiest son of a bitch in the neighborhood is your best call in your non-retirement days. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
I tried to speak to him politely about it. I even brought over cookies, and you know what he did? He turned up the volume!
I'm gonna just, in my defense, I will say that the Mind Flayer showed up at my house and gave me cookies full of maggots. And
they were delicious!
I was, I took that as a veiled threat. Just kind of. Also,
it was an offer of friendship. I, the Dark Lord, still try to make friends. It doesn't always work, but I try. And I thought perhaps giving you a sweet treat might clue you into maybe lowering the volume. And you
sweet,
did not.
Savory, crunchy, in all sorts of weird and disgusting ways. I understand, but normal people just like a little sugar in their cookies, not maggots. And not whatever kale thing you put in there as well. That was weird.
It's a healthy alternative to chocolate chips.
No, chocolate chips are a healthy alternative to chocolate chips. What
That is a contradictory statement. And kale is very healthy. You know, you are a living creature. You should really be watching your diet. Yes?
Dave, I can agree with you on the facts as it relates to the health of kale. But I will admit, putting kale in a snickerdoodle ruins a snickerdoodle. I appreciate you looking out for our neighbor, but if you can't tell...
Clearly no one else in this neighborhood actually cares, besides the Lockman.
Speaking of which, hey, I'm like, I'm going to go talk to our locksmith friend, and I'm just going to wander off while you two are speaking. And I'm just going to come to the locksmith, and I'm just going to be like, so, Mr. Smith, I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
Do you have a magical device that allows you to receive communications from long distances, otherwise known as a cellular device?
I do.
Excellent. What's your phone number?
7.
7. Any other numbers, or is it just 7?
Just 7.
Excellent, thank you. Really quickly, how good are you at impersonating things?
I can impersonate a lock.
You know what? Close enough. I just need when you answer the phone in the next few minutes or so, I just need you to answer this town. What's the town's name?
Bourbonville.
Bourbonville. I need you, when the phone rings the next few minutes, I just need you to answer, Bourbonville Community Clerk, how may I direct your call? And then pretend you transfer that call to someone, I don't care, make up a name in government. And I want you to tell Dave that you're not going to do anything about his complaints. That's it. And I pull out a sack of gold and I go, I'm prepared to pay you a large sum of money to make my problem go away. This is how I won over the mailman.
Okay.
Also, I have a bunch of doors in my factory that need locks. So it's a win-win for everyone.
I like it.
Excellent. Here's your bag of money. I'll take your number. Do as I say. And then I walk over and I go, Dave, I was just talking to Mr. Smith over there. And he thinks that we need a special kind of lock. So he's just gonna go over there and look through his lock collection. However, you're right. Mr. Mailman and I have been doing some illegal things. And in all fairness, I will give you my contact at City Hall.
You have a contact at City Hall?
Yes, and I give the number 7, and I'll roll a deception.
I'm gonna roll insight.
All right.
That is an 18, and I just go, this is definitely the number that's going to get you to the county clerk, who is going to also get you in touch with one of the city council members. I'm not going to say which one, but They're there.
Unfortunately, natural 20. Dave just kind of looks at you, raising an eyebrow, if he had eyebrows. Clearly untrusting of this. This feels very nefarious, very wrong.
Just call the number, I swear.
But despite it, he's going to dial the number, knowing full well that you have plotted something. He presses 7.
And John very clearly, like, big, dramatically reaches into his pocket, pulls out his phone. Bourbonville clerk, community, call direction.
Roll a
You are the locksmith, aren't you?
roll a deception check.
That is a 5. Lock.
Lock?
And the phone just turns into a lock and it hangs up.
See?
Roll wisdom check.
Who?
Which one of us?
John.
That's an 8.
Suddenly, you get this compulsive urge after your phone turns into a lock to just put a lock on every single thing in the entire vicinity. On the street lamps, on the squirrels, whatever you see, it is getting a lock on it. Now you're in a locking frenzy.
Someone might even say he's a warlock.
Yeah. Yes, see John go to like the fire hydrant, the curb. The curb gets a lock. There's a lock in the middle of the road, and by the time he finishes putting locks on the like lamppost, he has managed to lock himself to the lamppost.
At seeing this, I go, well, at least you can stop yourself.
Just a thought, but perhaps we should talk to some doctors about John.
Hey, it's fine.
How did you lock yourself on the street lamp?
One of the locks on the back of my trench coat is locked like 4 feet up. So I'm just hanging by the trench coat.
I'm going to get him down. Or try to get him down.
I'm going to continue fixing the gate.
I'll take measurements. And I just start measuring the parameters of the gate.
With advantage, one of y'all who are working on the gate right now, roll a tinkering or sleight of hand check.
Go ahead, Michael.
That is a 19 on both of them.
Nice. Okay. So you're finding that the electricity is something about the electricity of the gate, like it's just not getting good. There's just not good flow going to the gate.
Gotcha. I look at the rest of them. So it looks like we have a problem here. The arcane circuits are fried. They've got a capacitor over here that's just gone to shit. It's just on fire. I don't even know how it's not put out yet. That over there, that's a subroutine in a, well, I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty of it. You all understand what I'm saying. But anyway, this magical circuit, it needs an entirely new overhaul, a new entire installation of several key components. The flex capacitor definitely needs to be slightly remodeled.
So do we need to go to? Do we need to call a guy, or can we just go to Home Depot or Lowe's?
Oh, I can get this knocked out in a jiffy. I just need to go back and get my tools.
Do you need any funds for that? Are you even the hired? Like, wait, remind me, Milo. Are you subcontracted with the HOA?
I mean, we don't talk about it, but yes.
Okay.
These houses didn't get built by, some unknown organization. Well, okay, technically they were built by some unknown organization. They just happened to be a subsidiary of Cobblewood Enterprises.
I do want you as you're searching through the warehouse, I do want you to roll a perception check to see if you do have enough items to make the repairs.
Do any of them come with me?
I'll come with.
I'll watch
Alright.
over John.
So, when Dave comes with me to my warehouse,
Which is weird.
No.
my warehouse has like 4 separate parts. One is like woodworking, one is like industrial welders, one is like an industrial smelter, neither of which are like necessary to make furniture. And then like another one is like a really cold refrigerator that has various cuts of meat.
What are you doing in your house?
A lot of things. It's called hobbies. Get it for you.
I have hobbies.
Complaining is not a hobby.
It's not a complaint. It is a strongly worded letter that is of concern.
I take my stool off and like undo it, walk up and go, look me in the eye, Dave. You know that complaints, strongly worded letters, are not a hobby. And then I just quickly get down and refold my stool and put it back. That was an 8, by the way. Also, Dave may or may not, while looking in my meat locker of different various like cuts of really good beef, there are like just bags, completely nondescript like bags.
I opened the bag.
Oh, Lord. What does Dave find? Does Dave recognize it? Actually, that's an insight check.
Or an investigation.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go investigation.
That is a 19.
What you call it? Milo. What are they, Milo?
Yeah, you find a bunch of cadavers.
You mean cadavers?
Cadavers, yeah, sorry. You find a bunch of cadavers.
So are they like cadavers, but they're wearing dive suits? Is that what's going
There
on?
you go. They're people who have perished at sea.
Dave
Whoa, wait, that's too topical.
fine and closes it.
He's making an aquarium set out of them. To the Titanic.
Oh no! Don't.
Go on.
I look at Dave. Dave, stop playing with the workforce. You need to leave them be.
That's the workforce.
Yeah, you're a lich. You know how it works.
Snap his fingers and summon them. Back to life.
Hey! I don't pay them to work when it's not work time.
But they can be alive. Surely they've started a union of some kind.
No, that's why they're in the freezer.
That's just unethical practices. And he's gonna snap his fingers and raise the dead so that they can start a
Milo
union.
counterspells and he goes, knock it up.
All right,
right.
Go ahead, do an Arcana check.
Go.
That is a 14.
I want you to go ahead.
16.
What?
All right.
A 16. So I counterspell and just look at him and go, look, how about we make a truce right here and now? You don't mess with my workforce. I don't go around messing with your dungeon. I don't, sand the bottoms of all your chairs so you're slightly shorter. What?
You weren't messing with my dungeon to begin with. That was not my complaint.
I mean, never mind then. Yeah, you totally haven't found anything amiss in your house at all.
What have you done to my castle?
Have you not noticed that your chairs are like a foot shorter and your tables are all slightly askew? Your dungeon
somehow grew overnight.
No, I went in there and methodically cut all of your chairs down by a foot and then made your tables wobbly. Also,
I'm gonna get this straight, and he's gonna pull out a recording device. And I just got all of that on tape.
I mean, it'll never hold up in court. Also, you recorded me without my permission. This is a 2-record state. Ha! Then I just walked off.
No, god damn it, you
Hold up.
me.
Roll a history check to see if that's true.
That is a 12.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is a 2-record state.
No! You!
Let it out.
Oh, yeah. Rude individual! I will have my vengeance upon you and your entire bloodline for this deed!
I mean, go ahead.
As you search for the warehouse,
I got an 8,
do.
by the way. For that roll,
Huh?
to search my warehouse, I got an 8.
Yeah, you know what you need. Unfortunately, through all the jobs you've been doing, you do not have the parts necessary to make repairs to the warehouse, so you are going to have to run to a hardware store to get the rest.
Damn it. I ran out of the supplies I need.
And honestly, I would probably say that's a good cliffhanger for part 1 right here.
Alrighty, tune in for the next episode where this crew of suburban dorks goes to Home Depot.
Adventures in Home Depot.
Oh, God. Wait, what did we miss? What'd you have?
Hold up. I'm trying to find it. Wait, why don't they... Oh!